Hello, Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I hope that you're all doing well today. Please note that this is general reading, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. So please just take what does and leave the rest. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead, hit subscribe, stay with us. And for all my returning subscribers, thank you. You guys are amazing. So, the situation. Oh, well, we have the Queen of Wands, and she came out in reverse. So, of course, that represents fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. But she's come out in reverse and with the Chariot. The situation right now is something has, if you're resonating with this, something has pissed you off. Needless to say, something has really pissed you off and you are moving forward. I feel that you may struggle a little bit because your heart is pulling you one way and your mind is pulling you another. Or there's something that's misaligned a little bit, and that is causing you to feel a slight bit unbalanced within, but you're using your willpower to move forward. You may have dealt with somebody that was a cheater of some sort, or maybe you stepped out on your relationship possibly because you didn't feel happy with what's going on. The situation is that you're not happy at the moment. Right. Subconsciously, Knight of Wands. Worried about dealing with a player. Worried about dealing with somebody that's in and out. Possibly abandonment wounding. Your subconscious, perhaps if this is you who steps in and out of relationships, it's because it's what you're used to. You may have a fear of engulfment or staying put in a relationship. You might have a drive for newness. You always want to experience something new. But I really feel personally that whoever you were dealing with, if you were dealing with someone in a relationship in a romantic sense, that they may have been in and out. And there could have been a third party, and they may have stepped out of the connection because they wanted to have fun. It was a lustful weakness, if you will. There you are. There's Temperance. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You may have been dealing with a Sagittarius. Or the person who ever stepped out. The lead up to this, I really believe, was Sagittarius energy. Perhaps you felt as though everything was going well in this situation and that it was a peaceful, harmonious relationship, that things felt good, but unfortunately, there we go. The Four of Wands, instability. Turns out this was not your soulmate, even though maybe you felt as though it was at one point in time. With that Four of Wands in reverse, it speaks to me. I'm getting a sense of a faulty foundation. And of course, especially if somebody is in and out all of the time, it makes for an unhappy situation. It speaks to possibly a postponed reunion, maybe. Someone may have canceled some celebrations. Somebody could have felt jilted or felt unwelcome or wasn't fitting in. Or there could have been maybe the family didn't like who you were dealing with, or you didn't like their family. Because I'm getting this lack of community spirit or lack of support or teamwork. Also, somebody may have experienced some neglect here, and that could very well make sense as to the foundation of this reading here. in the subconscious, which is this in and out energy, which leads to an anxious attachment, if you will. So somebody is having a rough go, obviously, because of this individual that they were dealing with, and the situation was just unstable. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it looks as though this relationship may have fallen apart. For that, I'm sorry. So let's see what your focus or your goal is. What is the focus or goal for Aries, please, Spirit? Six of Swords in reverse. I think that that's why I felt a little bit of that energy here in the center with the Chariot of being pulled in different directions. It's almost as though your heart wants to go one way, but your mind wants to go in another. Your goal is to get out of being trapped or feeling stuck or overwhelmed. Your goal is to change plans, basically, to stand your ground. Because this is stormy relationships, and I feel as though you want to get out of it. You want to move into calmer waters. You're not interested in staying in this unhealthy dynamic. I think too that you're worried because you may feel like you have nowhere to run, but you do. Because the Six of Swords is also about spirit guides, and they're with you. Okay, so I want you to know that you're not alone here. You've got your spirit guides, and they will assist you. So you don't have to feel afraid, especially, I'm getting anxious here, anxiousness. Let's see what the near future holds for you, please. Near future for Aries, please, Spirit. Nine of Swords. So, just as I said, anxiousness, one of the main anxiety cards in the deck came out. Maybe you're afraid that if you leave, it might rock the boat or that it may cause worse troubles. Something tells me you may not have been dealing with somebody who is very nice. This person could be very selfish, to be honest, but this card represents fears and anxiety and terrors, negativity, deep unhappiness, stress, burdens, maybe at a break-in point, inability to even cope, or mental anguish. Now, that being said, somebody might feel guilty in this situation as well, and they might feel a lot of remorse, or they might focus on the past situation. But in the near future, I feel like this is going to be some processing time. Clarify the Nine of Swords, please. At least this is what I'm getting. Yeah, Queen of Cups, feeling emotional, definitely in the emotions, but using your intuition as well, which is good. And your intuition is telling you, I think, to get out of this situation if you haven't done so already, because this Six of Swords in reverse means, to me, almost like going back into troubled waters, right? Going backwards. And I feel like maybe you feel that there's something more you could have done, or maybe you want to show this person what's what or tell them what's what. But the thing is that whomever you're dealing with, I don't see them changing, right? I don't see them changing at all, to be honest. So let's see how you're affecting this situation. How is Aries affecting this situation, please? Yeah, Knight of Cups reversed. Definitely not showing any loving emotion towards this situation. Perhaps you're just not taking any action, or you don't want to take any action anymore. You might withdraw yourself, or withdraw affection, and maybe you're doing it to kind of prove a point, And maybe you're doing it because you're hoping that that will change this person and bring them back if you ignore them, or if you kind of manipulate their emotions a little bit. But I feel like that just perpetuates the cycle of the in and out energy, if you will, right? Because then they get addicted or they miss you and then they come back, but they still end up stepping out anyway, right? Because that's their habit. That's just how they do things. Let's see the effects of the environment, the energy around you. Yeah, that Four of Cups in reverse. So the Four of Cups in reverse has a few different meanings, but I think that in this scenario, whoever you're dealing with, I don't feel that they have the capacity to be introspective. I don't feel that they pause to reflect before they act. Um, I I think that they're I think that they're self-absorbed, to be honest. And I don't think you deserve that, to be honest. I don't think that you deserve it. That Four of Cups, I mean, this person, I just feel that they don't have that capacity to even realize how anything they do affects you or your situation. So even if you do withdraw affection here, I just don't see them learning the lesson, right? So it just kind of seems to me like it's a cycle going back. And I think it's a cycle that needs to be broken for your own sanity, to be honest, with whoever it is that you're dealing with here. Let's get some advice. Advice for Aries, please, Spirit. Four of Swords in reverse. You have so many fours on this table, and they're all in reverse. Do you notice that? There is a real lack of stability here. I feel even like maybe even a lack of safety. And I mean, safety can be anything in terms of maybe dealing with somebody who's a little bit emotionally abusive or psychologically abusive, or I hope not, in the worst way, being physical. Well, I guess none is worse, but I hope it's not abusive to the point of um, too much pain. But you need to find stability here for yourself. And whoever you're dealing with, I don't think that they're stable. So I don't feel that you can really heal. So I think that the advice here is to awaken and to find that mental strength. You may have withdrawn for a little bit, but you're going to be coming out of that isolation and joining the world. You may be recovering still, but for those of you whose anxiety and stress levels, which I see in the near future here, they can get you to a point of absolute burnout. So I think that Spirit is asking you to take some time out, even though you feel like you might be ready to charge back into this situation. I don't think it's a good idea from this card, from my interpretation of this card. Of course, you have free will and you can do whatever you want, but it's very important that you find your stability, right? And there you go. So the possible outcome is you're going to have a choice to make, a decision to make. And it's about either staying in this situation or getting out of it. You can see that it will continue because it is a cycle. I don't feel that this is the first time that you may have experienced this with whomever you're dealing with. In fact, I feel that this has happened so many times because I don't think that you would get to this point of utter exhaustion and fear and night terrors and stress if it wasn't accumulated, right? So I just feel that you've put yourself through the ringer enough. And as I say that, the next card for possible outcome is freeing yourself. And the Eight of Swords represents somebody who keeps themselves stuck. Like they think they're trapped, but they're actually not. And usually it's anxiety and fear. So once you take this time out, Aries, and you take a step back and you can get a better perspective of this, and also deal with your emotions, let yourself feel, because I think what's really important here is that you listen to what your emotions are telling you. If you're trying to block them out by just using sheer willpower to continue on in this situation or this relationship dynamic, the problem is you're missing what your emotions are trying to tell you. You're missing what your instincts are trying to tell you. You're missing what uh, your anger is trying to tell you, because those negative emotions are there to teach us something. Now, it doesn't mean you need to act on them, but it does definitely mean that whatever is happening here isn't in alignment with your higher self and you deserve better. So the possible outcome is if you choose to walk away from this situation, you're going to free yourself. You will free yourself and things will get a lot better for you. And I feel that this is an individual that you need to walk away from. And there will be new love. There will be new love. Look at that. Page of Cups. You'll even find yourself again, and you'll find yourself happy again. You'll get more in touch with your heart space. I think Spirit is really saying that your possible outcome is that you're going to take that cup of love of yours and you're going to take it elsewhere. And rightly so, because you don't deserve to be dealing with somebody who's in and out and dealing with and upsetting you to this point, especially if they've got others on the go, other third parties, and they're not being loyal to you. And if loyalty is what you want, then this is not, I don't feel that this is a good situation for you, especially if you want commitment and if you want a happy, long-lasting relationship. Okay, Aries? So I am sending you so much love. I'm going to give you a quick postcard from Spirit. Spirit, what have we got for Aries? What have we got for my Aries, please? Says, dearest you, over here, there is no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways? You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor, loving you so much as always. So I think what they're saying, Aries, is exactly, you may not know why this has happened yet, especially because you're still in the thick of it, but walking away and taking your love and giving it to someone else who's worthy of it is definitely more important, and especially most important for you and your safety and your psychological health, especially in dealing with this situation. Okay? All right, sending you a lot of love, and thank you again for being here. Please remember to give the video a like, as it helps to support the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.